Hi, welcome back to FSU Weather. This is student meteorologist Cicely Hammers.
And this is student meteorologist Ayana Clemens. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're
Yes.
back up and running.
We're back in business. If you were watching before, we just had a few difficulties, but you know, it's kind of like this weather a little bit, Ayana.
Yeah.
We are seeing some severe weather passing through the area. We just have some remnants now, but it was a great study day. If you got to study instead of go to class, it was definitely great weather for that.
Lots of exams coming up.
Oh,
so
yes.
that
I
helps
know.
not trying to go outside and enjoy the good weather.
Yes.
We're having the opposite of that, so.
I know you have physical climatology on Wednesday.
Yeah, there's been a lot of exams going on. But
a lot. I had 2 last week, radiative transfer
Ooh.
and instruments and observations.
Well, at least
It's
you're done
over.
with it.
It's over, and you know, I get to enjoy the week. It's going to warm up for sure throughout the week.
Yeah.
We're hitting the 80s, so even though this squall line came through, cold front really didn't bring any cold weather at all, just dry weather. So we're going to see a great week overall. And tomorrow, if you don't have any plans, 6 p.m. is our Knowles are playing baseball, and it's going to be a great day for baseball. So
head on over there.
Honestly, really great time overall, and we hope you guys enjoy the week. And we're going to talk a lot about the severe weather that a lot of the Midwest and the South has experienced these past few days. So let's take it over to Oceana and tell us a little bit about what we're seeing right now in Tallahassee.
Thanks, Cicely. So right now we just have some remnants of cloud cover here in Tallahassee, but as you can see, all the places to our west are looking nice and clear, gonna make for a very nice sunset all across the area. Like we said before, some cloud cover and some showers are remnant here in the Tallahassee area, but that squall line has really moved to our east and is making its way through the East Coast as of right now, leaving us with just some clouds. So again, we might see some more rain as we get into the midnight hours. Some chances are higher along the coastal regions, but can't rule out a shower or two here in Tallahassee as we get into the midnight to early morning hours. Now today, this was our severe weather outlook. We were actually at a level 3 out of 5 for severe weather, but as you go down the state into the peninsula towards Gainesville, that threat really decreases and that storm system is expected to weaken a little bit as it heads more to our south. For tomorrow, we just are expecting some gustier winds behind this cold front, but we're not expecting anything close to the weather that we saw today, just some warmer temperatures. Currently though, we are at 68, 66 in Quincy, 69 in Apalachicola, 64 in Thomasville, and 68 in Perry, and those dew points are almost exactly on par with our temperature, and that explains why we feel so sticky when we go outside and why my hair is getting so greasy and frizzy today. Look at this dew point, 65 of Tallahassee, just 3 degrees away from our current temperatures, so that's how you know we are sitting hot and humid. Tonight we won't be cooling down all that much. Actually, you probably won't need a jacket anywhere in the Big Bend. 68 will be your high tonight in Carabel, 66 in Tallahassee, 66 in Monticello, and 64 is our lowest area in Thomasville and Quincy. If you're heading out tomorrow, like I said, some nicer weather is on the way, partly cloudy with a chance for some fog in the morning. So if you have anywhere to go as you make your way through 5 and 9 a.m., we could be seeing fog visibility down to half a mile here in Tallahassee, but that will really ramp right back up after about the 9 a.m. hour, and you should be good to go. Rain chances will be nice and low all week. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, but those rain chances start to increase Sunday and Monday. Again, starting our week nice and rainy, just like this week. But look at this, all that sunshine. Temperatures are getting very close to 90 degrees on Wednesday, so we are getting right back into those summertime temperatures, and those lows are pretty high. Now we're going to see what the rest of the state is looking like with Ainsley.
Yes, thank you, Oceana. So we are looking at cameras all over Florida. It looks like Panama City Beach is out of the woods with that big squall line that just came through, and they are sitting at a nice 73. We are looking pretty toasty here, though, in Orlando at 86. And it is a beautiful day all across Florida, a little bit of clouds, but the sun is still peeking out in some areas. As we look at our temperatures right now, check this out. We've got 68 in Tallahassee. That's a little bit of the cool down that we have after that squall line that just came through. It'll hit the other areas a little bit later, and I'm sure they will cool down as well. And again, we have 81 in Miami and 82 in Key West, a little bit warmer as you go further south. As we look at our radar, we're going to see a little bit of scattered thunderstorms None of them should be too severe, but just keep in mind if you're going to be in the car, just always have that plan with you, and those are going to move out pretty soon anyway. And as we look at the temperatures in Miami, we are going to be seeing some pretty toasty temperatures. It is Miami after all, and we are going to see 84 with lows in the lower to mid 70s. So just make sure to stay hydrated. You shouldn't have too much rain coming up on you. And for Fort Myers, it's going to be a little bit more sunny, and you are going to reach a nice toasty 91 here on Wednesday. So again, just make sure to stay super hydrated, and it looks like your low is going to be 69. So pretty mild to pretty toasty. And as we look at our radar, as we get a little bit further north in this area, we are going to again see those scattered showers that are indirectly related to that squall line. They're kind of breaking off, but nothing too severe again, hopefully, but those showers should move out soon. Again, if you are in your car, just make sure to have that plan, and I would avoid the roads unless you really have any important plans for tonight. And for Orlando, we are going to be seeing quadruplets here with our temperatures. It's going to be 89, 89, 89. And it looks like you're going to be pretty sunshiny as well there. So just take time to get outside and enjoy that temperature, soak in the UV, and stay hydrated and put on sunscreen while you are doing that. And for Jacksonville, we are also going to see those toasty temperatures. It looks like 86s and 87s are where we're at for our highs, and our lows are going to be in the upper 60s, lower 70s. So just make sure to, again, stay hydrated, stay healthy. And as we look at the future radar, we're going to see that squall line kind of make its way out of Florida. It's going to head into the upper areas of the southeast, which we'll talk a little bit more about. But we're going to see a lot of the clouds rolling in and out of here, and then it's going to make way for some cooler temperatures as we get into the overnight. We're going to see 66 here in Tallahassee and some warmer temperatures as you get south. But now we are going to go over to Jack, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about the southeast.
Yes, and thank you so much, Ainsley. Well, you can see what we've been talking about. The main picture today has been the weather. We had a nice cold front that moved through, and you can see it brought some rain showers all across the southeast. So we can see Tampa, Florida is really going to start seeing that soon. Birmingham, Alabama already had it. Actually, they canceled classes already yesterday, or that occurred today because of these weather conditions. You can see right now, overall pretty nice now that the cold front has already passed through. Tallahassee, we have some rain and showers on our way. It's going all the way out across to you in Charleston. But overall, you can see the temperatures, you can see, are pretty nice and mild. Now, as we go to our current dew points, kind of what we've been talking about, they have been very muggy due to how close the actual dew point temperature is to our actual temperature. Just like Oceana talked about, is about 2 degrees difference, meaning that it's very muggy. So if you're walking out or you're really seeing some overall muggy temperatures and really warmer conditions, that's all because of the current dew points. The live radar, you can see we don't actually have any severe thunderstorm warnings issued right now, but we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that we have been watching all across Florida and going up to North Carolina. So definitely watch out because we do have a squall line that definitely could produce some more conditions. Now, as it goes across the Atlantic, we are going to see a couple showers and storms come up across the coast in Tallahassee and really any parts of the Florida Panhandle. So just be prepared and watch out for that. But we should have nice, clear conditions on Wednesday and Thursday. So Tuesday really should only be a couple showers are going to see across the coast and, your normal sea breeze conditions. Now, with our Storm Prediction Center, obviously, Tallahassee, these storms have passed, but we can really see just some more conditions up into North Carolina, South Carolina, and then Savannah, Georgia, all the way to the East Coast now that we're tracking. Now, as we look at our Outlook Day number 2, we'll be talking about more coming up of why we'll see this specifically for you in Kansas and Nebraska, but right now, it's not really a concern for us anywhere in Florida. Same thing on our Outlook for Day 3, we'll be talking more about why we're seeing this in the Midwest and Great Plains, not really a concern that we have in the Southeast. Now, if you're out in Nashville, just like student meteorologist Oceana will be this weekend, she will be bringing that, rainy weather with her, just like we saw today in Tallahassee. So expect rain for you Thursday and Friday. Now for you in New Orleans, if you're out, going to get some beignets or enjoy Bourbon Street, Expect some wind on Wednesday and Thursday, but we'll be warming up to a nice 85 degrees on Friday. Same thing for you in Charlotte. We'll be seeing really nice weather on Friday, 89 degrees, amazing time to go tan. Tonight's forecast overall very mild. We have a hot spot, of course, for you in Miami, but overall nothing to worry about. And as we go into tomorrow's forecast overall, just like we talked about, a couple chance, not really anywhere on the border. So super nice conditions all across the day tomorrow. And this is all with me, and now I'm going to pass it out to the Sphere Weather Desk, where we're going to have Cicely and Ainsley, and they're going to be talking about what we saw from this cold front that passed through Tallahassee, starting all the way in the Mississippi River Valley. So Cicely and Ainsley.
Thank you so much, Jack. Yeah, a lot of the U.S. has now experienced some extreme weather conditions, especially these past 2 months. I mean, it's just back to back to back.
Yeah, for sure. It feels like spring has come a little bit earlier here too.
Yeah,
Everyone's
no,
got their
definitely.
turn so far.
And we are definitely hitting storm season as spring rolls in. As you know, tornadoes are more frequent during this season. Storms are more frequent during this season. And right now we're seeing that with this squall line. I mean, there's already been over 400 confirmed severe storms across the United States.
And we've got those confirmed, what seems to be tornadoes that have hit Dothan, Alabama. I know that there's been some injuries there. So far, minor, thankfully, non-critical. But yeah, we definitely do need to make sure to stay in those safe areas of our houses.
Exactly. And there was actually some nickel-sized hail reported here in Leon County. And I was looking outside, and for a second I was like, is that hail? And I didn't see any when I did walk outside, but I felt like I could hear it. But as far as tornado safety goes, as we're both from the Midwest originally, I'm from Indiana, she's from Nebraska, we know our tornado safety since we grew up in schools where we had those tornado drills.
Sure.
But if you are in a house, we're going to take a look at this tornado safety. So, you know, we have all these different areas, and where would you guess to go?
I would say in this house, this is assuming right now that we are in a one-level house with no basements in Florida. I would go to that closet that is sandwiched between the garage and the bedroom, probably doesn't have any windows.
Yeah, I would say safest place, no windows, innermost room of the house. That way you can have as the wind gusts like expand and they're contracting in on the house, the less damage and the more walls you put between yourself and the damage from the outside, the debris that's going to be flying around is going to be the safest place. So here, the hall, the closet, stairs, bathroom. And if you have a basement, especially those in the Midwest, most people have basements. I mean, I grew up with a basement, and that's where we would go during tornado warnings. So the basement would be the best place. And you know, if you're in a car, you want to be outside of the car, away from the car, and try to find a ditch, not an overpass. But definitely remember that tornado safety as, you know, the severe storms keep going through different areas. I know Columbia is getting hit right now where my sister is. So our hearts go out to those affected, and just stay safe and weather aware. But now we're going to take a look a little bit with Ayanna, and I think we're going to be talking about the National a little bit. So how are these places being affected right now?
Thanks, Cicely. Yeah, so I mean, right now we are seeing those colder temperatures and a really great temperature gradient as we head from the north to the south, getting a little bit warmer into the southeast, but we are seeing some of those colder conditions, especially in Tallahassee with that rain. But other than that, really just in the northern regions, we're looking at those colder temperatures as they head their way into our area. But other than that, we're really seeing dry conditions apart from of course, the southeast, we're seeing those rain showers making that humidity bump its way up, and as it makes its way through, it's going to be bringing those drier conditions as well. But other than that, Albuquerque's looking very dry, same as Bismarck, so very dry conditions otherwise. And for that satellite, we're kind of seeing that wave of that storm as it pushes its way out to the east coast, and it's going to make its way through the rest of Florida as well. We're going to be seeing more severe weather as we head into the later parts of this week for other parts of the U.S., but as we head through, it's going to make its way through here in Tallahassee, and we're going to see a couple of those pop-up showers, but other than that, there's nothing to worry about after that makes its way through here. And talking about that severity of it, we're still seeing severe outlooks here in Tallahassee. We're seeing some slight risk here in Tallahassee through 8 p.m. But other than that, if you head up into Atlanta area and even the Carolinas, we're seeing that enhanced risk for even a pop-up tornado, hail, high winds as well. So just keep note of that if you're in those areas for tonight. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're going to see that same kind of story as it makes its way through. That spring weather is no joke, and it's going to be making its way through into Missouri area. We're seeing that enhanced risk as well in Kansas. So just keep note of that if you're in Kansas tomorrow. You might be looking at some of those severe weather outlooks, and it's going to kind of grow as it makes its way into Illinois and Indiana, as well as Kentucky and the Tennessee area, and even St. Louis as well. We're going to be seeing those enhanced risks as we head into day 3, which is Wednesday. And speaking of, we're going to see a lot of rain coming along with that, especially in Illinois and especially Memphis. Look at that red area. That's a lot of rain as we head into the next 72 hours. So we're going to be really seeing those rain chances bump its way up through that weather, that severe weather. And for the temperature outlook, we're kind of seeing most of the U.S. to be at those colder temperatures, but over in the Pacific Northwest, we're seeing those warmer, likely above temperatures. So we're going to be seeing nice conditions over there, but for the rest of the area, not so much. At night, still cooling it down. Denver's looking at 39, and up in Bismarck, a little bit colder as well. But tomorrow, heating back up as well, especially in Texas. Look at that. San Antonio, 84, nice and warm. But we're going to kind of switch things back over to Cicely and look at the lifestyle.
Thank you so much, Ayana. I know most of the U.S. has really been affected by these storms.